Hello everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. We are here for round 2 at Circuit Gilles-Villeneuve here in Tier 3. And we start. Oh, sorry guys, just give me a second. Alright, sorry about that. I am back. Alright, as we now go through the tiers, as we go through the grid, and this time I will remember to do the tire choices. So in 14th place we've got Max Power, starting on the mediums. 13th we've got Tom Tom on the softs. In 12th we've got Millie, also on the softs. In 11th we've got Riser on the mediums. In P10 we've got Z3 on the softs. In P9 we've got Gump on the mediums. P8 we've got Banana on the mediums. In P7 we've got Tanuki on the mediums as well. P6 we've got Balder on the softs. And P5, top 5 now, all with Lars on the soft as well. A lot of mixed tire choices here at the start. P4 we've got Rocky, also on the medium tires. Top 3 we've got Boxes on the soft. In second place we've got Routes on the softs. And in P1 on pole position we've got Rhino on the softs as well. So a lot of mixed strategy options. Most of the guys up forward starting on that soft tire. As we now start the race, as everyone is approaching the start lights, and it's lights out and away we go. Everybody forming a nice single line going on to turn 1. Will we see any early moves? Looks quite clean currently as Boxes goes a little bit wide. Because now in the back we've got Lars and Rocky on a move. Will he make it stick? Up the inside. Very nicely done. Now approaching. It's a very hard corner. Very easy to mess it up. Some guys go a little bit wide at the back. Tanuki getting a good exit right on the rear end of Balder. Will he send it up the inside? They're side by side. Very nicely done. Clean move, but he has a compromised exit. Balder's trying to look for a move as Balder makes contact with the wall. That allows Banana to go through. And now Gump also on the back of Balder. Will he send it going into the hairpin? Just stays back. And nicely done. Oh, as Tanuki goes a bit wide and hits the wall and does a mega save to keep it out of the barriers. Let's just have another look here. Balder makes a little bit of contact, and that ball does a good job to keep it out of the barrier, but it is very unfortunate for the Brazilian. Now going back towards the front, we've got Route right on the rear end of Rhino. Whereas Boxes goes a little bit deep there. And Rhino also gets a pretty bad exit. They're going side by side into turn 1. All routes keep the move. Very nicely done by Routes and that Ferrari taking an early advantage. With Lars also up to P3 after boxes hit the wall. Went deep. A little bit of a gap now forming between P4 and P5. See if we're right on the very end of Gump and that Citroen. Very clean currently, no big action. But Lars has a bit of a compromised exit and Boxes is right back on his inside. Will he make this move stick in a very fast part of the track? Lars just keeps it around the outside, nice defending. As we now go down to the hairpin. Place where I expect quite a few sends, as it is a golden opportunity for overtakes. Going a bit more back, Bowder goes a little bit deep. Gump having a really wiggly time on the exit of that hairpin. All that allows Siegfried to send it up the inside at the chicane. Looks like he's just dropped a bit back. That Citroen is incredibly fast on acceleration. That saved Gump right there. Everybody's starting to form a little bit of a gap. Rhino is still right behind Routes though. And Boxes and Lars, this battle for the podium position. As Bowder goes a bit deep. Let's just rewind here again. Bowder and Banana. Banana sends it up the inside but backs out just before the corner. As Bowder goes a bit deep, allowing Banana to make the move up the inside. Very nicely done by the Ferrari. Now also we've got Tom right up the rear end of Z3 and Millie as well. A little bit of a train forming here, slipstream train. Will Tom be able to make a move? Oh, it goes a little bit deep as now Rocky also right on the rear end of Gump. Will he send it? Going through the very fast chicane. Yeah, side by side. He just backs out, not far enough alongside. This allows Z3 to come in and maybe send it at the chicane of the hairpin. I apologize. He is right behind him. Will he send it? Rocky defending the inside. Z3 trying to go around the outside. Very hard here. But he has his nose still there. Pulling off an amazing move around the outside of the hairpin. That is an absolutely brilliant overtake done by Z3 in the Ferrari. But Rocky in the slipstream. Will he send it back at the chicane at the last corner? They're side by side once again. This is a real nice scrap here for P8. Rocky up the inside, little bit of contact made. Rocky into the wall, but makes the move stick on Z3. But because he's in the wall, as TomTom now goes side by side with Z3 with that compromised battle they had. Going up the inside into turn 1 again, a bit scrappy there. Z3, will he keep it round the outside? Turns it to the inside. Again, more bashing, more shoulder bashing. Oh, is that Rocky for a big lag spike. But that allowed Melly to send it up the inside of TomTom. Very nicely done there. Ivan McLaren taking advantage of all the other guys fighting. Very nicely done there, Ivan McLaren. I haven't been focusing much up here. Routes still in the lead, increasing his gap ever so slightly, but Rhino not letting Routes run away with this victory just yet, with Lars still in P3. Am I missing something? I feel like we lost someone. Yeah, boxes. What happened to boxes? I'm sure he was higher up. What happened here? Totally missed that. Him and Lars. Oh no! Right, let's just go on board with boxes over here. Him and Lars fighting for P3. Just loses the rear end of that Merc and absolutely sends it on the exit of the Wall of Champions. Unfortunate for the Mercedes. Wolvers make him drop down loads of positions. Still only losing one position. A little bit of a wider view here. As he goes deep. Oh, as he goes into the grass. Oh, and into the barrier. Oh yeah, I thought this was just a lag spike. I got teleported back. Oh, that is so unfortunate for Dr. Boxes. Fighting for the podium to now being outside of the top 10. Alright, let's just go back. Don't remember where I was. I think about here. Now, Rocky behind on the slipstream of Gump. Now a bit of a gap, pulling out, trying to scare Gump, maybe trying to force him into a mistake. But Gump holds his ground. But TomTom as well, falling down again. Missed an overtake here somewhere. Oh, had a bit of a compromised exit, allowing Riser to send it side by side into the hairpin. Doing a very nice move. Nesson having a very happy tail. Very tail happy at the exit of that hairpin. Now, it just looks like the race is starting to settle down a bit here as we now go on to the 5th lap. Not much happening, everybody just trying to get into a rhythm. Oh, there's a track limits penalty for Melly. This might cause some problems for him going onto the straight, but he has a nice gap. 2P10. Oh, is in front. Rocky goes up the inside of Gump. Very nice. Just saw that in the corner of my eye. That Mercedes doing very nicely to overtake the Citroen. And now will this allow Z3 to make a move on Gump. Melly right behind. Z3 is right on the end as he goes to the inside, going down into the very far chicane. Will he send it? He has quite a gap. He does send it up the inside but backs out. This might allow Melly to go around the outside. Is there enough space as he touches the wall? With this now, Gump looks like he had a way better exit. No, sorry, Z3 had a way better exit than Gump. But doesn't make much of it as that Citroen is just way too fast on acceleration as Z3 goes wide, and there's lots of bumper cards going on here. Oh, I paused. Just going back, going on board with Z3 here. A lot of action down at the hairpin. Let's see what happens here. Brakes very, very late. Makes a little bit of contact with Gump. Oh, but Melly just makes contact with him, giving him half spin. But Z3 should get the position back because of Melly's time penalty that he has to serve. But in all of this, it has really helped Gump, giving him a nice gap to P8 as Melly falls down to P10 as Boxer sends it, or tried to have a look, but it put Tom going very wide. As Riser as well, having a very, very bad exit. Going side by side. Boxers try to have a look, but just too far as we have a first pit stop of the day when Z3 switching from that soft tyre, will most likely go onto the mediums for the rest of the stint, trying to do a lovely undercut, going to the hards. Alright, yes, looks like going back forwards to the leaders. Looks like Rout is just increasing that gap to Rhino, doing very nicely, in full control of this race, and Lars in P3 and Balder in P4. Really nice points for Porsche if they can stay like this for the rest of the race, but of course there is still a lot of race to go, a lot of racing to go. Nana in P5 and Rocky in P6. Oh, it's up the inside, goes Boxers on Tom. Will he keep it? Just backs out a little bit as Tanuki also sends it up the inside of Reiser. A Brazilian battle as well with a British battle. Going down into the last corner, all Boxers try to make a move. Very hard to overtake here with those curbs. Wants to have a look up the inside, but looks like Tom is just defending, putting his car in the middle of the track and being able to keep that, but he goes deep again, and because it allows Tanuki to get a great exit, seeing as that compromised exit out of the chicane really slowed down Boxers and Tom, trying to send it up the inside as Tom goes deep, almost losing the rear end and taking out Boxers. But Tanuki does does a great overtake, getting 2 positions in a total of 2 corners, or 3 corners. Very nicely done there by the Brazilian. The Boxers doesn't look like he's happy with that, and he is right behind him, trying to send it. But that has a very squiggly exit and goes into the barrier, but looks like Boxers just touched the barrier as well, both having an equal exit. And looks like Tanuki will keep his position, but he has a very wide, big lag spike there. Looks like Tanuki is folding under the pressure here by Boxers a bit. Well, he's just stays back, but he leaves a gap. Boxers taking advantage of that gap, of the Citroen having the exit, but that Mercedes powering along, trying to push in the slipstream. Willie Sender going into the final corners as he has a little bit of a look, but just stays behind, trying to get a better exit than that Citroen, as the Citroen does hit the barrier for Wall of Champions, as we've got a few guys pitting, Rocky and Gump coming in for their pit stops, as Boxers just stays behind Tanuki for now. This is allowing Millie to have a nice gap there. Not much going up in the lead. Everybody's just staying in a rhythm. All the action is down here in the low ends of the top 10. Tanuki having some very lovely lag, gotta love it. Looks like he just hit the barrier there on the exit. Might allow Boxers to have a look, but he's just too far back. Tanuki, as Tanuki spins and almost goes into the barrier. The pressure was just too much for him. As we go on board here, as he just floored the throttle a bit too hard, just traction control a bit too low, and it's very unfortunate for the Brazilian, having a very nice race up in P7. He falls down to P10 as Rocky goes for a move. Should be easy for him, but Tanuki sends it up the inside. Does he keep his nose in? Just backs out, playing the smarter choice there. There's still quite a few laps to go as these pit stoppers going to be interesting to see as Gump is almost catching up to this battle. Interesting to see if they hold him up. And oh, as TomTom now comes into the pit lane for his tyre change. Very nice. Pushing Gump back up to P11. Oh, as Millie now has a half a second penalty and boxes get past Millie. Oh, I just dumb. Yes, what happened here? Oh, Millie having a massive half spin, almost sending him into the barriers, but he keeps it out, allowing boxes to go through back up to P6. Unfortunate for Millie, she had a nice gap there. But those curbs at the exit of chicane can really kill someone's race if you take them. As now Millie also has a half second penalty, most likely for that little bit going too wide at turn 1. As we big gap here between P4 and P5. Oh, as Routes has gone down from the lead. What has happened? We need to know. This has happened a while ago. I do apologize for missing it. Let's have a look. Oh, just too fast onto the throttle and into the barrier. Unfortunate for Routes there. He was in so much control. He had so much control over his race. As he falls down now to P3. Unfortunate there. But this pushes Rhino back up to P1. Ooh, taking a lot of curve there. Might actually snap a photo of that. That was a nice wallpaper right there. Oh, it's Tanuki and Rocky. Looks like going to have it's almost Tanuki almost sending it up the inside, but it backs out. No, I should probably go back forward again. Alright, I think this is about right. Alright. Those softs still holding their own here with El Rhino. As he has a lovely gap to P2. It's probably very grateful for that route spin. That very nice purple Lexus. He's keeping his own in P1. Tyre wear wise, his tyres are a bit more worn than the cars around him. But that's to be expected for most of these front engine cars. Their front tyres weigh quite a lot. As we have Banana going into the pit lane, making his stop. We'll go on to the soft tyres most likely. Where will he come out? We've got boxes now going across the finish line. Banana should stay in P5 here because of the nature of this pit lane. As he falls down to P7. Falls a lot more down than I expected. Rising out to P6, and of course most of these guys still have to make their pit stop. A lot of them choosing to run a bit longer on the mediums. Now will Banana, and we will try to get past Riser as quickly as possible, as he wants to make a charge up towards that top 5. Although there is quite a big gap, so it's going to be a challenge for him to get anything more than P5, I'd say. As he has a look, but just backs out. Very aggressive move there. Now going down to the hairpin. When he choose inside, when he choose outside. He goes for the outside. goes very, very wide as I hear some carnage as Boxes has spinned it. Oh no, what has happened here? Let's just have a look. Is it again another case of just too little TC? Unfortunate. It's doing exactly the same thing as Tanuki did earlier. This now is Banana as he pulls an amazing move round the outside, and Millie also starting to join that fight, going around the outside, but they're still going side by side as we go down to the hairpin, or the last corner, sorry. But Millie just keeps it. Oh, as Riser tries to have a late look as Millie and Riser goes into the pit lane. It looks like Rhino and Balder has both pitted. Tanuki back up to P8, but I do think he still has to pit. Or I could be mistaken. Those tyres are looking very, very new. With Gump having a half a second penalty in P9. Millie coming out in P10 with Riser and Z3. Again, just some nice gaps forming as Routes is right behind Lars here. Battle for provisional P2 as these two will still have to pit. This is where strategy can play a very big role in the outcome of this race. Who's gonna pit? Who's gonna stay out? It looks like Routes is staying out with Lars coming into the pit lane. Interesting. Routes is gonna try the undercut strategy. Well, oh sorry, Routes is gonna try the overcut, while Lars does the undercut. What will work better here? Let's have a look. Lap times wise, they're doing about the same, so it's going to be interesting. No, that's Rhino, sorry. Lap times wise, Routes is doing a bit of pace than Lars, so if he can have a very good in lap, if this is his pit stop lap, that might allow him to get a lovely overcut on the Porsche. Now in the rear, I can see Boxes coming in for his pit stop. Switching to the mediums, I think. Let's have a look. Yep, to the mediums. He goes up back to P9 with Riser and Millie looking like they're having a lovely scrap for that P10 position. Tanuki back up to 7th place, right behind Rocky. We might see a move coming. Oh, as Tanuki hits the wall and goes onto the grass. But because that Citroen is just so strong on exits and acceleration, it doesn't affect him whatsoever as he continues his push for P6. Bananas. Rocky, he is catching Banana. Lap times wise, Banana is doing some very consistent lap times. Balder in P4, Lars P5, as Routes sticks out for another lap, trying to squeeze every life, every little bit of performance out of those soft tires. With Rhino just looking in total control here. As Tanuki now does his pit stop. I thought he hadn't pitted yet. That tire lay on the Citroen is insane. Barely done anything to it. Very, very nicely done. Tire management, beautiful. Should go onto the softs now, which will hopefully allow him to absolutely send it as he comes out right behind Riser. This Brazilian battle. Oh, he has a 3-second penalty for going over the white line into pit lane. Man, this game is pit lane penalty system, man. I'm telling you, it is absolutely ridiculous how literally have to be over that line. You don't even have to be over it, you just need to touch it and then get a lovely 3-second penalty. Oh, as Ryder now had a second penalty for cutting the track. Don't know where. Oh, his boxers sending it up the inside of Gump. Will he make it stick? Very, very nicely done, but Ryder with that half second, will he send it? Oh, is this carnage? Carnage once again. As Tanuki makes contact with Ryder. The two Brazilians. It is not something you want to do. Oh, that is just an unfortunate incident for Ryder. I think it was just right on board with him. As they go to this very high-speed chicane. Having a bit of a compromised exit the Gump as he tries to... Oh, that is heartbreaking for the in the BMW. As he waits for Z3 and Tom to pass. Oh, is there more bumping going on here? Lots of racing action going down as Melly and Gump go side by side, but Gump should get this position very easily as Melly has about 1 second penalty to serve. As Tanuki comes, well, just makes it in front. Oh, they all cut the track. Melly taking great advantage of that, and it's only Gump getting a penalty from that. Tanuki did very well there to not get the penalty. Melly back up to P9, Tanuki and P10, Boxes P7. But also I saw earlier Routes has pitted, doing a really, really nice overcut strategy on Lars to get back up to P2. As Rhino is just in total control of this race after Routes' incident at the hairpin. As Ryder falls down to P14 after that very unfortunate incident, with Tom in P13 and Max in P12. Gaps are forming. Oh, as Tanuki is actually right behind Melly, going for a move. Melly just closes the door. Tanuki is forced to go around the outside, but gets the move done well before the chicane. There's a bit of bumping going on there. But Tanuki getting the move done very, very easily. As Gump has that half-second penalty to serve, but I think he should be safe from the hands of his teammate, as that is quite a big gap. Now the race has settled down quite a bit here. Not much close action. As we will ride on board with our leader for a few more laps. Just staying in total control after the pit stops. There's El Rhino doing a great job in that Lexus. Lovely. Oh, it's Tanuki. He's right behind his teammate. What will here? They choose to fight. They've got a big gap to P10. As this Tanuki sends it round the outside, doing a very nice job, or inside, sorry. Doing a very nice job, trying not to fight each other too hard. It's the softs. New soft versus slightly worn softs. Oh, as Gump sends it, does a half spin, is allowing Millie to go into the slipstream and maybe have a look into the final corner. He's gaining, but it's just too far back. Citroen's looking very, very strong in their defense. As they start the 16th lap of the sprint race. I'm having a little bit of a shaky turn 1 and 2. It looks like he's just creating a bit more of a gap. Then, oh, he goes a bit deep into turn 3, but merely not capitalizing too much on it. This is currently the closest battle on track. Let's just see if I missed any drama. Nothing much. Well, the battle between the two Americans will merely be able to make something happen before the end of this race. Gump has a bit of a deep corner entry and Millie has a bit of a deep mid-corner. Gump doing very nicely here just to extend that gap a bit more in defending that P9. Go on to the 17th lap. Looks like he's slowing down a little bit. Might have had, yeah, looks like he's got damage. Must have went into the wall of champions. Or the wall of lots of crashes in most races. Look like Rock is catching Banana ever so slightly. There's Balder doing some very nice consistent lap times. Those Porsches, very nice race pace, just so easy on the tyres. There's going to be some good points for Team Snail Trail and their Porsche duo. Belt is just maybe catching Lars as Lars starts the final lap. Rises catching Tom a little bit. The battle for P13, but I think it might just be a little bit far away to make a move. Oh, it's Gump! What has happened here? He has been leading this, well, not leading, but he's been leading this American battle as he just does a spin. The chicane has taken or hairpin, I keep messing it up, I'm so sorry. This hairpin has taken so many lives as he gets back on track, almost losing the rear end once again. This allows Z3 to go back up to P10 after his very heartbreaking start to the race. And we'll go on board with El Rhino for the final sector. Started on pole position, doing some very nice lap times, and just he took advantage of every mistake that's been made around him. As he now makes his way down to the final corners. As he comes across the line to win race 1 by a good margin, with Routes coming back to P2. Lars in P3, finishing up the podium for Team Snail Trail, as Balder, looks like Balder's just had a bit of a moment, but he keeps P4 in P5. And now Rocky, also having quite a crazy race, going home in P7 with his teammates. Dr. Boxes approaching the final corner. To come home in P7, Rocky P6, Boxes P7. Tanuki making a good drive back to P8 after we've had some very lockdowns. Hello, Tom. With Millie coming home in P9 and Z3 making the top 10. Oh, as Gump and Max might have it to the line. Gump should have this, just keeping it nice and clean at the exit. With Gump P11, Max P12. As Riser, unfortunate, involved in his incident between him and Tanuki, coming home in P13 with Tom in P14. Very good racing. As now we go to sprint number 2. Sprint 2. I probably need to specify. Alright, we want to go with Rhino's one because Balder has just left me in the dust with race 2. Left me in the dust with the first race, as he didn't share it. Hello, mate. Kodia. I hope I said that correctly. I am horrible with pronouncing names. So, again, I do apologize if I've screwed up any of you guys' names. You guys doing good? I would hope so. Oh, I've got a lot of notifications. Alright. Try not to look at results. Don't want to spoil it for myself. Alright, reverse grid time, as we've got a new challenger, BPR, in the Ferrari 558. Alright, as we go through the tyre choices, we've got BPR in P15, starting on that soft tyre. Rhino on the medium in P14. Route on the medium as well in P13 with Lars, also on the mediums in P12. Again, Balder with the mediums in P11. Banana on the mediums in P10. Rocky on the mediums in P9. Boxers on the mediums in P8. Mediums for Tanuki in P7. As Millie goes with the soft, one of the only soft runners I've seen, well, the only soft runner so far of the grid, as he starts in P6. We've got Z3 again, also on the softs in P5. With Gump softs for Gump goes with softs as he starts P4. Top 3, we've got Max Power starting on the softs as well. Riser on the mediums in P2, and Tom on the softs in P1. So only 5 out of the 10 guys here have decided to go with these soft tyres. No, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm glad you enjoy it. Hopefully you enjoy this one as well. As it lights out, and away we go. Now making down to P1, turn 1, sorry. As Riser has a go up the inside but backs out, allowing Max to go around the outside, which sends into the inside, into the next corner. Oh, as there's some chaos at the back here. Let's just rewind a bit here and have a look what has happened. We'll go on board with Lars. Oh, there's Banana and Rocky involved here. Go on board here with Banana. Just sends it too hard, completely taking out Rocky. Unfortunate. No, it's just bumper cars as they're 3 wide now. Up ahead. Go further ahead. Oh, as there's many going into the gravel as well, into the barrier. We go a bit more back. A lot of happy tails going around here. Many touching the grass and just breaking onto the grass, it looks like. Going into the barrier there. As Boxers has a look up the inside, maybe of Tanuki. Will he send it? He does send it. Will he make it stick? Or will Tanuki be able to keep it? As Lars also has a look around the outside but gets bumped wise as Rout making an absolutely brilliant drive, avoiding all of it, doing a through goes Hamilton moment, through goes Routs. Oh, there's bumping, more bumping, as Lars looks like culping most of it, but nothing too serious. Oh, as Tanuki looks like does another half spin. As we go back forward for Banana and Lars going side by side. Now going down to the final corner. Very chaotic race currently. Very chaotic start. Boxers very close to Riser. Will he send it? It just backs out. As Max goes a bit deep. Oh, as Riser bends it at the exit. Looks like he just took some curbs. A bit too much curb. As he rejoins. Very unlucky for Rouser this race. In sprint 1 and sprint 2. Very unfortunate for him. To go back forward. Rhino and BPR took some good positions at the start of this race. Oh, it looks like Banana and Lars go back into the barrier as might allow Rhino to have a look, as he's the only one with a clean exit, but just too far back to make anything happen. Oh, it looks like Routs has a really good exit again. Will he send it on Max? On the GTR. Just back down, just too far back. Takes a lot of curve. Oh, there's more, another half spin there by Max, allowing Max and Routs to lose 2 positions, allowing Team Snail Trail to gain time as Tom is, after all of this chaos, has just run away with this for now. Gump in P2 and C3 in P3. C3 in P3. No pun intended. As in the background we've got Routs and Max still going hammer and tongs. Routs on the inside. Willison and Max just breaks a bit late, but he goes deep. Well, Routs able to get this move done on the exit of the corner. He does very, very nicely done. There's Rhino just runs a bit deep, allowing Lars to go through, and now Rocky as well. Will he send it up the inside? He pulls out, but it's just a little bit too far back. That mixes power, keeping Rhino safe for the moment. Very nice racing here so far, and it's only lap 3. Scanning for any more interesting battles up front. Banana and Max. Banana a little bit too far back to make a move there, but he did look for it. He did try to have a look. Will he get the exit? That Ferrari's quite good on exits compared to the Nissan. They are quite close. As Banana sends it up the inside as they make a bit of contact, pushing Max out. As Banana makes a move, should be very nicely, should be clean there. No problems there. As BPR has a look up the inside of Max. Oh, Lars follow him through. He does follow him through. Going down into the hairpin. Max just going bad from bad to worse as he makes contact. Oh, as he takes out Rocky. Very unfortunate for the Mercedes. Let's just go back here and have a look. Oh, he just spins wide and takes Rocky out. Very, very unfortunate. Oh, as Tanuki almost T-bones the Mercedes. As now he has a run on max power. Tries to squeeze his way past, and he does. How he made that gap, I do not know. Very brave from the Brazilian, going side by side into the final corner. Oh, but he has a very squiggly exit as they're still going side by side onto the fourth lap here. But the acceleration of that Citroen just keeps himself now. And all of that battling has allowed Rhino to make a bit of a gap. Whereas Lars has a half-second penalty as he's chasing down Banana. With Balder and Rouse now looks like trying to battle. Fox is making a move on P3. I missed that. Let's just have a look here. Looks like C3 just went a little bit deep. Just go a bit more back. This Boxer sits the fastest lap while doing so. Z3 just going into the corner a little bit hot, allowing Boxers to make a nice switchback into P3 as Routes and Balder continue their battle here. Let's just go back to where I was. I think it was about here. Alright. Oh, this is turning out to be a very nice battle here. As Routes has a lot better exit than C3, both in the Ferrari, one old Ferrari, one new Ferrari. In the slipstream, going down to the final corner. Routes tries to have a little peek, but he might just be too far back. As he just backs down a little bit, keeping it very clean. But he has a way better exit than Z3, going side by side as they start the fifth lap. Down to turn 1. Old versus new. As old turns. As old just outperforms. Really nice move there by Rouse. Now this allows Balder to close in on Z3. Will he go for a move into turn 4? I think it's turn 4, turn 5 maybe. But he does go for it. He does send it, but just too far back to make anything come of it. Z3 has a nice exit, but Balder looks like he's rivaled that exit with an equally as good one. Nice battling going on here for P5. As Balder looks like he's just had a way better exit as he goes to the inside, going down to the hairpin, and just makes it very nicely. Or Z3 maybe get a better exit. Balder goes a bit wide, allowing Z3 to cut back on him. Z3 now into the slipstream. Will he make a move? Balder just out-dragging him. Z3 might have a little look here, but he is just a bit too far back. Very nicely done there by Balder in Team Snail Trail Porsche. So we have a look. far back. Oh, as Lars is into the barrier. What has happened here? Lars chasing down Banana. 4P7. Does he just take it too hot? Just takes it too hot into the first part of the chicane and sends it into the barrier. Unfortunately for Lars, is having a really strong race. As he drops down to P13. It looks like Rhino and BPR. Oh, his Boxers has also binned it from P3. What has happened? Oh, just again a bit too hot onto the throttle. TC a bit too low as he drops from P3 all the way down to P9, I think. So unfortunate there for Mercedes. I was looking to have a great result, but puts Rouse up to P3. As we see, Z3 isn't done fighting with Balder yet. He wants that P4 back, he wants that position back. And he's just sticking with him. Oh, he has a good exit, does Z3. Will he go for a move into the hairpin? He has a look, but he is just too far back. But Balder goes a little bit deep on the exit, but Z3 has to go a bit more narrow because of it, and both having some compromised exit. So now go down to the final corner on this very long back straight. Again, Z3 just a bit too far back to make a move. That Porsche is very nice in the straight line. Looks like Z3 just had a little bit of a better exit than Balder. He was closing the gap ever so slightly, but doesn't make much of it. As now it looks like Gump has caught up to Thomas. Thomas got a half-second penalty. We might see a move for the lead here. The question is, will Gump wait until the penalty zone, or will he try to make a move before it? As Thomas looked in control most of this race. Looks like Gump is just a little bit too far back to make any sort of move, so he will wait until the main or the back straight. Oh, as Tom has a compromised exit, allowing Gump to come really close to his rear end. A bit too far back to go for a move up the inside at the chicane, or not chicane, man, I keep screwing it up. At the hairpin, Gump doesn't have that good an exit. And Routes also arriving on the spot for the party. As Tom serves that penalty, he keeps P2. Oh, but as Tom goes into the pit lane, narrowly missing Gump. As Routes will be pushing to get that redemption that he narrowly missed on that win in Sprint 1. But the Citroen, it handles its tyres so well. Oh, Gump goes deep. This will allow Routes to make the move a lot earlier than I would have thought. As Routes goes up into P1 on that medium tyre. The question is, will Gump be able to stick with him on those slightly more worn softs? They've now created a lovely gap to P3, as there's more fighting back here, and as we will have a look at that in a moment. Gump has a way better exit than Routes in that Citroen. Bit far back maybe, but doesn't send it. No, chooses to stay behind and try to get a better exit onto the back straight. But Routes having a better exit than Gump there. As we go a bit more down, a bit further down, looks like everyone's starting to settle down a little bit. As Routes decided to pit they're quite early. We'll most likely try to go onto the softs. As Banana also joins in the pit lane, and El Rhino. Very busy pit lane again. As PPR also comes into the pit lane to switch from that soft to the medium tire. As Routes comes out in P3, doing a brilliant job there to retain the podium position. As Tanuki and Tom looks like having a little bit of a battle. Obviously Tom pitted, Tanuki has yet to pit. As Tom goes a little bit wide, taking some grass there. With Z3 just having a look at this interesting battle that we might have in a few laps' time. Oh, as Max loses the rear end at turn 3. Let's just rewind here a bit. Have a look. Oh, he just goes too deep into the corner. Now breaks himself and goes into the barrier. Unfortunate for the Nissan. His BPR has a 3-second penalty for touching that white line of the pit lane. That will halt his pursuit forward by a little bit. As now again, we've got Riser right behind Millie. Will he be able to have a better exit at the hairpin as Bowden now comes into the pit lane? Oh, Millie might touch the wall as Riser's bitten it into the barrier. Not again. Riser can just not get a break. Very unfortunate for him. As BPR serves his 3-second penalty. Z3 comes into the pit lane. Looks like everything is settling down ever so slightly. Gives me a time to catch my breath. Oh, as Tom having a little bit of a squirrely exit there in that Nissan. The Nissan tends to be very tail happy. I don't enjoy driving it though. I drove it in an ALR season, but it didn't really go that well for me. Tanuki in P3, but I am sure that you still have to make a pit stop. Gump also will have to pit. The Citroen's tyreways are just so much better than everyone else's. So this puts Route into the provisional P1 as he sets the fastest lap of the race on that soft tyre. That Ferrari is just flying away. As we look like Banana is catching up to Tom here. Might see a move happen in the near future. Whereas Banana has a very, very, very squiggly exit almost ending into a very good save by Banana there. This will allow, as he gets a better exit than Tom, as we now go down to the very fast left, right, left chain. Well, Banana sent it up the inside. He looks at, he does get a really nice overtake there. Well done, Banana. As he moves up 2P5, but now we've got Rhino also deciding to come up and say hello to everyone in this party. As it's just soft versus mediums, Banana and Tom. There's Rhino also on the softs versus the mediums. Might make a move in the coming lap. Lexus versus Nissan. Oh, as Rhino has a way better exit than Tom. Tom just keeping the position for now. Oh, as Rhino sends it up the inside. That was very, very far back. Well done, Rhino. Really nice move. I'm going to rewind because I do want to see that again. That was a very far. He was quite a way back. Very aggressive overtake, but executed cleanly. And that is P6 for El Rhino. Oh, as we've got Balder right behind Tanuki. Tanuki, I still believe, has to make a pit stop. So the question is, how hard will he defend for this P3? How tough will he make life? As Gump goes off the track from the lead, as he spins it. This is a very, very unfortunate day for Gump. He's leading by quite some margin, even though he has yet to pit. Looks like the Citroen struggled to take over. As Tanuki also has a moment there as Balder goes through 4P3. The Citroens looks like they just tend to snap a lot more than most cars through that corner. Yeah, Tanuki sending it deep and just losing the rear end on the exit, allowing Balder to go up 2P3. So we've got beautiful skylight here in Canada. Sunset, making this an absolutely stunning race. Now the question is, when will the Citroens decide to pit? As I still believe that they have to pit, as it looks like Gump decides now is the time to pit and could go off those soft tyres, with Tanuki joining them as well. The Citroens both coming in at the same time, the teammates. Where will they come out? Looks like they might fall down 2P10. As Tanuki has overtaken Gump in the pit lane. Very unexpected there. Both keep it a ways away as they come out in P7 and P8. With Tanuki going onto the softs and Gump onto the mediums. Oh, his boxers now is behind Mr. TomTom as he looks for a move up the inside. Will he make it stick? He is quite a ways ahead. As they reach braking, will Tom be able to make this stick? Stick is up the outside, but doesn't look like it. Those boxes has a bit of a compromised exit. That is a nice move from Dr. Boxes. As we see Banana and Rhino having a battle here for P3, the final position on the podium. Both of them are on soft tyres with equal tyre wear. Looks like this will be a brawl. Rhino will defend this P3 with all of his might. Only 5 laps to go after this one. Now 5 laps to go of this race as they start lap 14. This looks like Rhino has a bit of a bitter exit, or a bit bitter first few corners. Ooh, very close to the wall there. He is really pushing that Lexus to its limits. Takes a bit of grass on the inside. Bananas playing this very patiently. So he just tries to close that gap to P3. Rhino just having better exits and pulling away a little bit. Oh, but Banana has a better exit than Rhino. As we go down to the final corner, the corners. That Lexus takes those curbs so nicely, completely attacking them as he improves on his lap time. Ooh, Banana goes a little bit deep there, compromises the exit, just halting his push for P3 for the moment. Let's go back a bit more. Tanuki is right behind TomTom. These soft tyres, those medium tyres aren't working the best for Tom. Tanuki is very close, he sends it up the inside. Tom goes a little bit deep. And Tanuki has a better exit as he's up the inside. They're side by side going down into the very fast chicane, but Tanuki gets the move done well before it. Will Tom send it back up the inside though? Thinks better of it, and backs out. It looks like that Nissan almost had a better exit than the Citroen. Tanuki's up to P6, so is Tom, very close to that Citroen. Good save there as he exits. Tanuki just kicks up a bit of gravel, a bit of grass and dust. So they head down to the final corner. Now Rocky will try to follow through with Tanuki, but he's on quite worn soft tyres. This is Tom's a lot newer medium tyres. So this will be an interesting fight. As Tom goes a little bit deep, allowing Rocky to catch up ever so slightly. As Tom has a very bad exit as he goes into the gravel or grass, and Rocky goes through. Oh, but Tom has a way better exit out of the exit of turn 4. But it's just too far back to try and make a counter-attack. Although he has a little look. And that Nissan is looking very snappy. As we try to have a look at any more battles. Doesn't look like there's much. as we'll continue with this Tom Rocky battle, as Gump now has a half-second penalty. Looks like Tom got a lot better exit than he's got in previous laps. Tyres are a lot better than Rocky's, almost quite worn softs. Ooh, Tom having a really good exit there. Taking those corners with a lot of confidence. Oh, as he has a half-second penalty for exceeding track limits. That is quite unfortunate, as that will put him almost, if he can keep this gap behind, maybe in front of Gump. The Gump will be pushing now to try and take advantage of that half-second penalty. So we are now on the 17th lap. This race has flown by. A lot of action in the first few laps of the race. It has settled down very nicely into the favour of some more than others. As we now see Tom going down to the hairpin. Oh, but looks like Gump has made a mistake somewhere, allowing Lars now trying to push his way, finding a gap on Z3. We're going side by side to the hairpin. Will Lars be able to make this move stick, or will Z3 have a better exit? Ferrari. It looks like he has a pretty clean exit for Lars, as he now makes his push to get Gump for this P9 position. This has played out quite nice in Tom's favour. It means he should stay in P8 for the rest of this race if he doesn't make any mistakes. So now, as he now starts the final lap. With Lars and Gump. Well, Lars send it up the inside. Just too far back. Oh, as Gump goes wide on the entrance to the first corner, allowing Lars to make an effortless pass into P9. As now Z3 has 5 second half-second penalty, 5:10 penalty. Will he be able to overtake Gump and make a gap for that penalty? We'll have to see. We'll just go with our leader, Routes, in his Ferrari. He has been very strong this entire race, avoided any unwanted incidents, and has stayed clean and consistent as he comes across the line to win Sprint 2, Round 2 at Gilles-Villeneuve, with Bowder coming home in P2 for Team Snail Trail. Very nicely done there for Bowder, with Rhino in P3. It looks like Banana has just run out of fuel on the exit as Boxes goes P4. Will Tanuki be able to get him? Tanuki just says P6. He might have celebrated a bit too early, but he stays P6 with Rocky P7. Tom coming home in P8. Should be fine with that half-second penalty. As Lars comes home in P9. Gump P10 with Z3 closely behind in P11. Riser, a very unfortunate. He's had a very rough race with BPR. Don't know what happened to him. Sorry if I missed you, mate. Comes home in P13. Many coming through the last corner. Max having a way better exit. There might be a run to the line. He gets 2 second penalty. As that is the race with Routes, your winner. let me just find the standings here for you guys. Let's us have a look. Alright, in P1 you've got Rhino extending his lead by 5 points to Route in P2 with 62 points. Rocky in P3 with 57 points. Only and 1 point behind him, followed very closely, is Ballard in P4. Banana rounding out the top 5 with 47 points. Very, very exciting race here today. A lot of bumps and crashes. And well done to your top 3 here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate that I can keep coming back to do these commentary videos. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Good luck to everyone competing tomorrow at lovely Grand Valley. Hope you all have a very nice day. For anyone new, please like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the future. Alright, thanks guys. Bye bye.